This is the musket. It's the default gun you get when you play as infantry. The main draw of the gun is actually the bayonet attached to it. It deals high damage, especially if you hit the head. There's two methods of attacking when you use the bayonet. You have the standard thrust when the cursor arrow is down, and the overhead thrust when the cursor arrow is up. The overhead thrust reaches further than the standard thrust and can be a lot more consistent for hitting the head. But it's slower. By the time you killed one zombie with the overhead thrust, you could have killed two with the standard thrust. So just learn how to use the standard thrust. In Endless mode, you can body shot shamblers with the bayonet up until round 8. By round 9 and onwards, you'll need to hit the head. By round 33 and onwards, the bayonet no longer insta-kills even if you hit the head. It's just better to use your saber at this point. In the hardcore version of Endless mode, hitting the head with the bayonet no longer insta-kills when round 12 starts. So again, use your saber at this point. When a nearby officer calls a charge, your bayonet damage goes from 55 to 550, which pretty much insta-kills any zombie in the game, including zappers. Though be careful when you're going through crowds. Bombers can be hidden amongst the horde. Make sure you shoot them first and then continue to charge through them. Now there's three main disadvantages of the bayonet. One is that you can only hit a zombie at a time. It has no penetrative properties. Two, you can sometimes struggle to hit zombies that are moving from side to side, especially if you're playing with higher ping. And three, it's not really effective in cramped spaces. When you're fighting runners, it's safer to just use your saber since it can hit up to 3 zombies at once, and it's a lot more lenient with side slashes. When fighting against a zapper, feel free to go for the headshot if you're confident. Otherwise, bait out the first swing, and then you can hit them in the head for the 2 seconds that they're vulnerable. Please do not hit bombers. Now if you find yourself in a scenario where you manage to hit an igniter with the bayonet, make sure that you immediately step away from them after killing them, so that you don't take damage from the fire. As for the actual gun part of the musket, make sure you save that bullet for high priority targets like bombers and igniters, since you only have 1 shot before reloading. It's best not to use your shots for zappers, since headshots deal significantly less damage from them. However, there is a bug in the game where if you hit multiple zombies with 1 bullet, as long as the zapper is at least the 2nd zombie hit, the headshot reduction is ignored and they die like a regular champer. Any gun can do this in the game, not just the musket. You can also use your gunshot if someone gets grabbed or pinned far away from you and you can't get to them with your melee in time. Now the musket takes 10 seconds to reload. Even though it's not the longest reload of the game, anything can happen in 10 seconds. The musket has a reload checkpoint after you put the bullet on the muzzle, so if you were to put the musket away after it's on there, you no longer have to redo the entire reload process. The more important thing is that if you have nothing to fire at, go to the front line and start using your bayonet, or your saber.